How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Wi-Fi battle. Today we're going against a wild Zubat in the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for battles. Let me know who you think is going to win based on the teams you see on screen right now, and please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. With that being said, let's jump to the game. And the battle begins. So my opponent's going to lead off with Weewoo, which is the Exploud, as I led off with the Parasect. So I led off with Parasect just because it's focus sashed, and the only thing that can switch into a Spore is the Celebi, and Celebi doesn't want to take an X-Scissor to the face. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight for the Spore. Hopefully we can put this Exploud to sleep, because Exploud is obviously a big threat. They are going to withdraw their Exploud. They don't want it to get put to sleep. What are they going to go into, though? They're going to go into Buffet, which is, of course, the Celebi. Okay, so Celebi's coming in. Interesting switch, because I could just switch up moves and go for the X-Scissor, so you know, it's one of those things. What I'm going to do now is I am just going to go straight for the X-Scissor. There's no reason for me to, like, you know, predict anything or anything like that. They are going to go for Leech Seed. They obviously thought we would switch out or something, as we're able to go for the X-Scissor and take out the Celebi. So that's perfect start to the game. Taking out the Celebi. Now nothing wants to switch into a Spore. We get to put something to sleep for free. Oh yeah, Parasect coming through. In comes Pizza, which is of course the Flygon. So Flygon's a good one. It's probably just going to go for a U-turn to break our Sash. So I'm going to go straight for the Spore. We can put anything we want to sleep right now. As they go for the Stone Edge, obviously just taking us right down to our Focus Sash, as we're going to wiggle our little Mushroom at it and put it straight to sleep. So Focus Sash is going to kick in. That was a crit Stone Edge as well. Lucky. As we're able to wiggle our Mushroom at them and put them to sleep. So the Flygon's asleep. That's absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfecto. So, with that in mind, do we switch out here? I think we... I mean, most Flygons, there isn't Life Orb on it, so I'm going to assume it's choiced. In which case, we can assume it's going to go for a Stone Edge again. We don't really have the best switch into Stone Edge. I'm thinking we go Dragon... Yeah, I think Salamence is a good one. So I'm going to go into Salamence. Salamence is definitely a good one here, because they have one turn of guaranteed sleep to break through, so we know that they're not going to wake up this turn. So we'll go into Salamence real quick. Salamence also has a really cool color scheme. If you notice how the Flygon and the Salamence shinies that I created have got the same color scheme. Pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome, right? So, we don't want to go for Outrage, because that's a bit too risque. We'll go for a Dragon Claw, and we should be able to take this thing out. They are going to withdraw their Flygon. They're going to go into what? Empoleon? Shuckle. Shuckle's a fairly good one, because now they get free Hazard. So, that's the shame. They get a free Hazard up. But we're going to go for the Dragon Claw anyway. See how much damage we're talking. Not much at all. And our best switch is probably going to be the Rotom, I think. So we'll go Rotom real quick. Like I said, they're probably going to set up hazards. We do have Mew with Defog, so that's not too bad. So we'll go into Bosche real quick. The Rotom over here. There we go. Nicely done, nicely done. As they're going to go for a Stealth Rock, which is, of course, fine. I'd rather have that than Sticky Webs, because Sticky Webs obviously make us a bit slower. Although our faster Pokemon like Salamence and the not the Mew, the Rotom, for example, they're levitating, flying. So we're not too fussed about that. We are Choice Specs. I am fully wanting to take advantage of the Choice Specs right now. I would trick the Shuckle, but I feel like a Choice Specs Hydro Pump's much better. They do withdraw the Shuckle. What are they going to go into, though? They go into Pizza. The Flygon, obviously expecting a Volt Switch or a Trick, maybe. But no, they're going to come into a full-power Choice Specs Hydro Pump. So let's see if that KOs the Flygon. That'd be amazing if it did. It cleanly KOs it. We get a crit. I don't know whether the crit mattered or not, but because we are Choice Specs, like I say, Rotom hits very hard with Choice Specs Hydro Pump. In comes the Hariyama. So Hariyama, as we know, can definitely take a Choice Specs Hydro Pump, because Hariyama is very bulky. Now the question is, do we have a good switch in? And I'm not really confident in that, to be honest with you. I think now's the time to sack off the Parasect, because Parasect isn't really doing much for us. It is super slow. I believe it's slower than Shuckle, to be honest with you. So we'll sack it off real quick, see what this Hariyama wants to do. If they go for the Bulk Up, then that's going to be terrifying. They go for a knockoff, which would have definitely hurt a lot, and they are Flame Orb Guts, which is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. So I want to go into Mew. Want to go into Arcanine. Arcanine can get the Intimidate off, which would be really useful. But you can't really do anything in return. Salamence could be good with Outrage, but then they get a free switch into the Empoleon. I'm stuck. I'm really stuck. So I'm going to go into my Arcanine. I think Arcanine's a good one. We'll get the Intimidate off, which will really help. Get the Intimidate off. Nice and powerful Intimidate. As they go ahead and get their attack dropped. I love Intimidate. It's such a good ability. So, with that in mind, let's go for a switch again. We're going to expect the close combat. We're going to go into Mew. And Mew is especially defensive, but obviously Mew's 100 base defense anyway, so it can probably take a hit pretty well. Hopefully they go for a close combat and lower that nice defense stat for us. They are going to withdraw the Hariyama from the Arcanine, obviously expecting it to be offensive, and they're going to go into Toothpick, which is, of course, the Empoleon, so that's fine. Empoleon can come in all at once. I don't mind that. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. First things first, we're going to go ahead and go for the Defog with this Mew. Get rid of those hazards because they're really a pain in the bum. And then we can go for a Stealth Rock of our own with the Mew, depending on what this thing does. So they actually go for a Scald, which is going to do minimal damage to us because we're a special defensive Mew. We don't get burned, which is unfortunate. Burn would have been nice because then we can synchronize it onto the Empoleon, get a bit of chip damage off on it. As this next turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a Stealth Rock. So we'll go for a Stealth Rock real quick. They are going to withdraw their Empoleon now. They're going to go into something that's a bit better for it. And they're going to go into Shuckle, which is absolutely fine. So Shuckle comes in. We're going to get some Stealth Rocks up, which is always nice. And then we get a free switch back into our Rotom. Rotom can obviously take care of this Shuckle, no problems whatsoever. They've lost the ground type, so we can definitely go for a Volt Switch or something if we want to. Let's see what we're doing here first, though. So this thing is going to set up hazards. I just know it. I just know it. I absolutely know it. So we've got 2 Choice Specs users for some reason on this team. I don't know what I'm doing with this team, to be honest with you. So we'll go into Rotom real quick, and we'll see what we're going to do here. So we're going to Rotom. There we go. Nice and powerful. Nice and powerful. Indeedy. And this Shuckle's going to go ahead and go for a knockoff, which is interesting. So, didn't go for a hazards. Decided to go for a knockoff. We should still be able to take this thing out of a Hydro Pump now. There we go. Go for the Hydro Pump. They might live this, but I'm pretty confident they will. Yes, they do live it. As they go for a Sticky Webs now. That's unfortunate. Sticky Webs is really unfortunate for us because it's going to really help the Hariyama and their Exploud out. Exploud being the most terrifying out of those two. Now I'm going to go ahead and go straight for another Hydro Pump because it's just going to take out the Shuckle. Or just do some nice damage to whatever they bring in. They do go into Toothpick again, the Empoleon. That's absolutely fine. We're going to get a bit of chip damage off on it with the Hydro Pump if we can hit it. Stealth Rocks do dig in, which is absolutely amazing, as we're able to go for the Hydro Pump and do some damage to the Empoleon. So, perfectly fine. That does some decent damage as well. Now, we're in a very good situation here because even if they have Grass Knot, it's not going to do too much damage to us. We should be fine going for a Thunderbolt right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go straight for the Thunderbolt. Rotom's giving them a bit of a hard time at the moment. There we go. Go for a Thunderbolt. Let's see what the damage is. Wow, okay, that does a lot of damage. A lot more damage than I thought it would. As they go for the Defog to get rid of the Stealth Rocks. But that also gets rid of the Sticky Web. So that's actually worked out really nicely for us right now. So they're probably going to switch out to their Empoleon, and they would more than likely go into the likes of the Shuckle, I would guess. The Empoleon's on its death's door, so we're actually in a really good position to get a Salamence sweep later on. So we'll go for a Volt Switch now, and we'll just go into Salamence. So there's the Volt Switch. There we go. Nicely done. Nicely done. And now we can just go into Salamence if we really want to. But I want to get a bit of damage off on the Hariyama first, really. That'd be ideal to get a bit of damage off with a Hariyama. So what we'll do is we'll go into our Porygon now. There we go. Go into Porygon-Z. Porygon-Z. And Porygon-Z is basically just going to be here to nuke something. So hopefully they go into Hariyama and we can get some damage off on it. In comes Wee-Woo, which is, of course, the Exploud. So the Exploud, I'm going to guess, is Choice Scarfed. No, wait. Would it be Choice Scarfed? What's our switch in anyway? We don't have one. So, with that in mind, we've just got to hope for the best and go for a Tri-Attack, I think. There we go. Go for a Tri-Attack. We do outspeed, which is fine. That's going to do a solid amount of damage to them as they can go for a Focus Blast, and that should take us out of the Choice Specs. That does take us out. Okay, cool. So that takes us out. And now I'm thinking Salamence is looking really good right now. Salamence is looking so good right now. So good. So they don't know this, but we're actually Choice Scarf Salamence, which is amazing. So let's go for an Outrage. I know we don't need an Outrage for the Exploud. I'm just thinking for a future head with Hariyama. really. They're going to withdraw their Exploud. What they're going to go into? Shuckle? They go into Shuckle. Okay, Shuckle comes in. Shuckle's going to take a nice and powerful stab Outrage to the face right now. And we're going to get a nice and powerful Moxie boost. So there's the Outrage. It's going to take out the Shuckle. No problems there. There was no doubt in my mind it would take out the Shuckle, to be honest with you. And then we get the Moxie boost. So that's perfect. So we're now +1 speed because of the Choice Scarf and +1 attack thanks to the Moxie. So that's just amazing. In comes Weewoo, the Exploud. That's not going to cut it. I think what they're doing here is they're banking on the confusion, which is fair. I'm banking on not the confusion. I'm banking on a free turn Outrage here. So we'll go for the Outrage real quick, take out the Weewoo real quick, and then we'll get another Moxie boost under our belt. So that's perfect. The downside to this is if we do get confused, we're at +2 attack. And we don't get confused, which is absolutely amazing, as now this Hariyama is going to come in and get outraged to death. In comes the Hariyama. There we go. Nice and powerful, nice and powerful. Gotta love Hariyama. Gotta love it. So, we are locked into Outrage. There is no way whatsoever this Hariyama can outspeed us unless it's got Bullet Punch, which it doesn't apparently, as they're going to get taken out by a Outrage. And that's going to be the game. So thank you very much, A Wild Zubat, for the battle. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, and have a very good day. I'll see you all in a bit.